What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you my Klutch welding table and how I've upgrade it and make it more usable and get all this crap off the top. It normally has all this junk on it and it keeps me from wanting to weld. So I'm going to show you how I fixed this up and made it more usable. The first step is I'm going to get another table and I'm going to get all the stuff pulled off of it so we can get started getting it cleaned up, get it back to the way it came before we start fixing it up. All right, got all the stuff off of it, get it brushed off. Then I'm gonna get a large towel and cover the whole thing. The next thing is I'm gonna get a bottle of cleaning vinegar. I'm gonna just soak the whole top. That way, the vinegar will help loosen up that rust and we'll be able to scrub it back off and get it back to the way it was before it sat in my shop and got neglected. I'm working the vinegar in real good, make sure it gets really wet. It's been about 2 hours. I'm gonna come back and pull that towel off and you'll see that all the rust is loose and ready to be scrubbed off. I take my little oscillating sander and a Scotch-Brite and I'm just working all the rust loose. It doesn't take that long. It took me about 30 minutes just going back and forth, wiping off all the rust, rubbing it some more with the Scotch-Brite. Whenever you get done, you'll see there's a little bit of more difficult spots. I took a wire wheel to those. I'm taking some WD-40. I'm working in really well with the Scotch-Brite pad. That's going to keep it from rusting. You just want to make sure you get it really dry when you're done. That way it doesn't hold any moisture. Okay, I went over to my CNC plasma and I cut some of these brackets out. I found several online, but I didn't like any of them. None of them fit the Klutch. So I went and made these. These actually fit my grinders with the shields on. I like to leave the shield on the cutting ones. I don't use them on the wire cup ones, but if it's throwing sparks, I like to have the shield on there. I cut 4 different brackets. One's to hold the grinders. There's one for vice grips, one for air tools, and another one where I can hang my welding helmet. And there's a parts tray to hold all the little clamps that come with the table. And then there's another tool holder where you can stick screwdrivers, just random bits and bops, your welding pliers. You'll see I made a little tool to bend these hooks. Once I get all of them bent up, I go back, just put some spot welds to make sure that my bends don't move. They stay 90 degrees. They've been on the table now for about a month and they haven't went down at all. They seem to be working just fine. I'm not much of a welder, but good enough to make everything stick together permanently. After I get these all welded up, I'm just going to put a matching coat of black gloss paint. I'm going to take some rubbing alcohol and clean the back of this power strip and the bar that I'm going to mount it to. It's really quick, but you'll see me cut some pallets just to fit in between the 2 bars to make a small shelf. I'm using some 3M very high bond tape, VHB, and I'm gonna use that to stick this power strip to the black cross member. The 3M VHB is very strong and more than likely will break the power strip before it'll come off of that black bar. Now I'm just going to take some 1/4 inch self-tapping screws and get all the brackets mounted. I'm doing my best to make sure that I'm leaving myself enough clearance to be able to get things in and out of the brackets but still not too far down where I have to bend over to get them. As soon as I get everything mounted, then I can go ahead and start loading everything back up. I'm gonna take all my grinders, load them into the grinder side with all the grinder pieces, and I plug them into the power strip and try and do some cord management where I'm not tripping on all my different power tools here at the welding table. You see me slip my Wen portable bandsaw in there on the shelf. That's one of the main reasons that I wanted the shelf under there, because that's one of the main places that I use that portable bandsaw. I'm also going to hold some scraps down there. The parts tray is a great place to hold some loose tools, files, welding gloves. You'll see me use these 1.5-inch split rings. They're great for adding to different tools to be able to hang them. A great example is the wrench for all your grinders. This whole project turned out really well. I'm going to put a link to the Etsy listing. If any of you guys want to order these, I'd be happy to make you a set and send them out. These are the 4 brackets, 2 pieces of VHB, and 5 split rings.